This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses, brought to you by Parting Glass Racing. I'm Jean Wood. Of course, we've got the holiday weekend. We've got an extra day of racing, a lot of races to cover, and we'll start things out in New Jersey. We'll head back to last Saturday for a pair of stakes, beginning with the Grade 1 United Nations going long on the grass.
They're racing in the UN, and off to a good start. There goes Straight Story. Straight Story's going to set the pace. Get Serious is 3/4 of a length behind him early, and Acclamation lays just off the top two, running in third as they move for the first turn. Jeune Turc is in fourth early, isolated there and bobbled just a little bit, and so did Telling, and Winchester had to steady too. A little bit of traffic on that first turn. So 3 horses go at it. Get Serious is going to split Acclamation, and now Straight Story, and Straight Story has been taken back to third. The first quarter was 23 1/5 seconds. Jeune Turc is in fourth. He's 6 lengths off the lead, and then Telling on the inside. Take the Points is next. Winchester, Laureate Conductor, and Chinchon is the trailer. Get Serious and Pablo Fragoso lead the way. They're not flying. Acclamation is a length behind in second with a lap to go. Straight Story is back running in third, and Telling moves through on the inside after a 47 3/2 miles. Jeune Turc is in fifth as they go for the clubhouse turn. Take the Points and Winchester are together. They're 6 lengths off the lead. Take the Points outside of Winchester. Then Chinchon, and right on his outside, Laureate Conductor. Get Serious, the local hopeful, is the leader as they go to the backstretch, and the Californian Acclamation is moving up alongside now. He's only a neck behind. It's 2 lengths back to Telling, who's up running in third. Straight Story is back to fourth. Jeune Turc is fifth on the inside. He's 5 lengths off the lead. Then an unhurried Take the Points. Edgar Prado just looked behind. Winchester is 3/4 of a length off of him, and down on the inside and boxed in. Then Laureate Conductor, and the trailer is Chinchon. They went 3/4 in 1:12 3. And Get Serious continues to lead the way, and he's clear by a length and a half. Get Serious on top. Acclamation still right there second. Straight Story takes third to the outside. Telling is fourth along the rail. Take the Point still in with a fighting shot. He's 4 lengths off the lead, and they're into the stretch. Get Serious to catch. Straight Story comes to confront him on the outside. Take the Points closing into the center of the course, and Chinchon absolutely flying from the back of the pack, and Garrett Gomez and Chinchon have stormed to the lead, and they have won the United Nations. Take the Points, then Winchester, and Straight Story in a photo for third.
Chinchon comes to the United States for the second time and picks up a victory, his first win here in the United States, from deeply off the pace, from last to first to win by a length and a half over Take the Points, with Winchester back in third. This was a horse that you may remember having shipped to the United States last summer to run a good fourth in the Man o' War behind Gioponti, his most recent effort having come at Chantilly Racecourse, a solid fourth in a Group 2 there last time out in early June. The winner, Chinchon, is a bay son of Marjou from Jarama by Hector Protector, bred in Ireland by Zubietta Limited, owned by Darpat SL Stables and trained by Carlos Lafont Parias, ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Chinchon covers the 1 mile and 3 furlongs in 2:11.77. We'll head right back to Monmouth Park now, the Grade 3 Salvatore Mile.
They're racing in the Salvatore Mile, and a bobble at the break for Le Grand Cru as Munnings goes out to take the early lead. It's Munnings in front, and Le Grand Cru hustles up in between horses as they move into the first turn. You and I Forever is 3 wide, and Duke of Mischief floated out 4 deep as Gone Astray saves ground in the back, and he's 3 lengths off the lead, and they're moving along at an easy clip so far. Le Grand Cru on the outside, Munnings along the rail. They're in no hurry, and You and I Forever is just outside of them with Duke of Mischief 4 deep on that first turn. Gone Astray's only 2.5 lengths off the lead, and the first quarter was 25 flat, just walking down the backstretch. Couldn't be going any slower. Le Grand Cru and Edgar Prado in front by a head. Munnings has the rail in second, and You and I Forever is still right there just to the outside of them as they go along at a deliberate clip. Duke of Mischief follows in fourth. He's 2 lengths off the lead, and a hard-held Gone Astray's got 3.5 to make up after a half mile in 50 seconds flat. into the far turn. Le Grand Cru, the leader. You and I Forever runs at him now on the outside, and Munnings has come under a ride at the rail. Duke of Mischief is on the far outside trying to stay in it, and Gone Astray begins to move, and he's going to circle the field. Here's Gone Astray closing in. Munnings has faded to last as Gone Astray is unleashed on the far outside, and he's full of run today. Gone Astray's taking the lead, moving away from Duke of Mischief and You and I Forever. Past the 16th pole, it's Gone Astray running away in the Salvatore Mile. Duke of Mischief was second, You and I Forever third, and then Le Grand Cru.
Gone Astray finally makes his way back into the winner's circle. He was a good third last time out to Cool Coleman in the skip away right here at Monmouth Park, and here picks up a 5-length victory from off the pace over Duke of Mischief with You and I back in the third spot. Pretty nice effort considering the fractional times. They had a fairly long run up, and yet the first fraction posted at 25.09 and a nice 7-1 victory for Gone Astray. Gone Astray, a 4-year-old bay colt, dark bay or brown colt, a son of Dixie Union from Illicit by Mr. Prospector, was bred in Kentucky by the Phipps stable and is owned by the breeders, trained by Shug McGahee and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez. Gone Astray covers the mile in 138.02. We'll head into the Sunday card now at Monmouth Park with another pair of stakes races. We'll start things off with fillies and mares going on the turf in the Miss Liberty.
They're racing in the Miss Liberty Stakes. And it's Ivory Empress up and after the early lead. Ivory Empress to the front. On the outside is Miss Blakely away well. Eye of Taurus is away in third position. In between horses, Stormy Relations is right there and hard held early. Then it's Sweet Teresa to the inside. Break of another 2 back to Strike the Bell. They're followed by Yippity Yip, Mystic Miracle, and Merim is last as they race for that first turn. Ivory Empress is making the pace. Ran a first quarter of 24 3/5 seconds and leads by a length and a half. Stormy Relations on the outside second, Eye of Taurus third, 2 lengths back, and then comes Miss Blakely in fourth as they move down the backstretch. At the rail, Sweet Teresa follows in fifth, 4 off the lead, and then it's Strike the Bell followed by Yippity Yip. Merim still second last, just to the outside of Mystic Miracle. 6 lengths covers the field after a 48 1/2 mile. Ivory Empress continues to lead the way as they make their way into the far turn. The lead is 3/4 of a length. Stormy Relations on the outside. Miss Blakely sent along 3 wide as they round the turn. Then it's Strike the Bell. Yippity Yip caught 5 deep. Eye of Taurus saves all the ground. Sweet Teresa next. Merim is getting a wide trip as well. 4 lengths off the lead in Mystic Miracle. This one's wide open at the top of the stretch, and Merim just steadied in the back. They're into the final furlong. It is Ivory Empress in front. Ivory Empress, Eye of Taurus, Strike the Bell. Merim is closing on the far outside. Strike the Bell. Merim coming. Here comes Merim. Strike the Bell. Merim. Merim in time. Over Strike the Bell, Eye of Taurus, and Mystic Miracle.
Merim picks up the win. She's now 5 for 8 lifetime off a solid close second in the Eatontown last time out. She picks up the game victory by a head. She tends to be a little bit of a fighter. She doesn't lose a lot of close ones, and certainly doesn't seem to like to win going away either. She likes to get into a bit of tussle. Here she does get the advantage over Strike the Bell in the late stages with Eye of Taurus sitting a stalking trip, losing a little bit of ground, turning for home, and then rallying into third. The winner, Merim, is a 4-year-old dark bay or brown daughter of Sam from American Dreamer by Quest for Fame. Bred in Kentucky by Politis Investments and Harem Corporation, owned by Karen N. Woods and Saud bin Khaled, trained by local trainer Chad Brown from the Capital District area, and has done very, very well out on his own. Ridden to victory by Jose Lescano, Merim covers the mile and a 16th on the turf in 141.56. Next up, 3-year-olds sprinting in the Jersey Shore Breeders' Cup Stakes.
They're racing in the Jersey Shore Stakes. Out of Respect had a great beginning from the inside. Party All Night Long is away well. Then Christine Daae, and on the far outside, it is Cool Bullet. Discreetly Mine is down at the rail, now moving up to be a joint third, just 2 lengths off the lead. And on the far outside, Safe Trip begins to edge up now, and now Christine Daae finds herself last as they pass the half-mile pole and run a quarter in 22 seconds flat. Out of Respect, the leader. Party All Night Long, a neck back on the outside second. Discreetly Mine is third with Safe Trip right alongside. 2.5 back to Cool Bullet dropping back. Christine Daae now takes fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. Around the far turn, Out of Respect, the leader. 3/4 of a length, but now here come competition quickly. In between horses, Party All Night Long, Safe Trip on the outside. Discreetly Mine's going to have to come 4 wide. A 44 and 4.5 mile into the final furlong. And now it's Safe Trip. Safe Trip, and on the inside, Out of Respect fights on. Party All Night Long running a big one. Discreetly Mine's coming. Here's Discreetly Mine with a late bid after Out of Respect, and Discreetly Mine gets up in the Jersey Shore Stakes over Out of Respect, Safe Trip, and Party All Night Long.
Discreetly Mine off a solid second last time out to DeFunnybone in the Woody Stevens at Belmont. Picks up the victory from just off the pace over pace setter Out of Respect, with Safe Trip, the second choice in the betting, completing the order of the top 3. Discreetly Mine is a 3-year-old bay son of Mineshaft from Pretty Discreet by private account. Bred in Kentucky by E. Paul Robsham and owned by the E. Paul Robsham Stables Limited, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by John Velasquez, Discreetly Mine covers the 7 furlongs in 109.71. Next, we'll head to Philadelphia Park, where on Monday the stakes feature was the Dr. James Penny Memorial. This is a $200,000 race for fillies and mares, often draws a pretty solid field of New York and Mid-Atlantic based fillies. Unfortunately not yet graded, but a pretty nice purse will join the Penny Memorial in progress.
And To Like Me, on the board here at 17-1, with 3 furlongs to go, is now in front by 2. Leparoux now gives a nudge to Cherokee Queen, and Cherokee Queen is beginning to make her run on the outside second. Always for Love, hard pressed to keep up. Scolara trying to get into it now down inside, but Cherokee Queen is right at the neck of To Like Me as they approach the top of the stretch, and Cherokee Queen rolls right by. Coming to the final furlong, Cherokee Queen is now in front by 2. To Like Me being asked to quicken. Chestoria tries to rally down inside. Scolara between. On the outside, it's Quiet Meadow, but they're all chasing Cherokee Queen as they come through the final 16th. She had first run, and she's well clear. Cherokee Queen takes it by 3. Chestoria was second. Quiet Meadow finished third.
Cherokee Queen gets the win by 3 lengths, sitting a perfect stalking trip under Julian Leparoux to win over Chestoria, who made her usual late bid. Quiet Meadow completes the order of the top 3. Cherokee Queen, third off the layoff, 2 back, had won the Hollywood Wildcat at Calder, was 4th in the Just a Game last time out at Belmont Park, and here gets back into the winner's circle, scoring by 3. Cherokee Queen is a dark bay brown mare, a daughter of Cherokee Run from Virginia B by Virginia Rapids. Bred in Kentucky by J. Mac Robinson and owned by Farnsworth Stables Limited, trained by Marty Wolfson, ridden to victory by Julian Leparoux, Cherokee Queen covers the mile in a 16th on the Philadelphia turf in 141.33. We will head to Arlington next for a pair of stakes races over the weekend, starting with 3-year-old fillies. On Saturday in the Arlington Oaks, we'll join the Oaks in progress.
They head to the half-mile pole. James Graham at the head of affairs with Chantilly Nayla in front of Upper Line. Age of Humor is right there third. Snowtop Mountain fourth. Laura Babe and Dundalk Dust. The half-mile for Chantilly Nayla, 48 seconds flat. They enter the far turn. Chantilly Nayla with Upper Line still close in tow for E.T. Baird. Now 3 furlongs from the winning line. And Snowtop Mountain looms that gray threat. On the far outside, Dundalk Dust. Age of Humor went under pressure above the quarter pole, and Laura Babe is last to make the top of this Arlington Park stretch. They come past the quarter pole, and it's Upper Line who floats Snowtop Mountain wide as Chantilly Nayla gives way at the inside. Dundalk Dust is 4th into the final furlong in the Arlington Oaks, and it's Upper Line in front, and Upper Line is holding Snowtop Mountain for the final 16th. Dundalk Dust is 3rd, Chantilly Nayla 4th. Upper Line wins going away from Snow Top Mountain.
Upper line, back off of a bit of a freshening. She had not raced since running 5th in the Ashland at Keeneland back in early April. Obviously, the freshening did her well. She's a filly that's done fairly well on all surfaces, turf, dirt, as well as the synthetic. But here, the freshening obviously suited. She scores off easily, almost 5 lengths over the favored Snow Top Mountain, with Dundalk Dust completing the top 3. Upper line is a bay filly, a daughter of Maria's Mon from Snowflake by Caerleon. Bred in Kentucky by Stonerside Stable, owned by Stone Farm, John Adger, Oak Crest Farm, and Michael Stidham, trained by Michael Stidham and ridden to victory by E.T. Baird. Upper line covers the mile and a furlong in 152.13. We'll head back to Arlington Park, and Sunday's stakes feature the Grade 3 Chicago Handicap for fillies and mares.
They're off in the Chicago Handicap, and Rentable broke sharp. Here's Secret Kin. Informed Decision is right with these. Look-alike on the far outside. Diamond Song comes up the inside. Then we come back to both Never Retreat and Mind Wander. It's Rentable in front. And Rentable leads Diamond Song by a length and a half. Secret Kin on the outside of Secret Kin. Informed Decision. Mind Wander comes up the fence after a couple of furlongs. Look-alike and Never Retreat in and amongst those back markers. Rentable in front as they head to the half-mile pole with Diamond Song close in tow. And the opening quarter with a tailwind, robust 22 2/5 seconds. Informed Decision, lying in wait on the outside for Julian Leparoux. Mind Wander at the rail, and Look-alike takes a wider path as they go into the far turn. Now 3 furlongs from home in the Chicago Handicap, then Secret Kin, and wide Never Retreat trails. It is Rentable, Diamond Song. Informed Decision looms on the outside for leader Rentable past the quarter pole. Look-alike put to pressure. Mind Wander up the fence. Never Retreat and Secret Kin. Half mile went in 46 2 down toward the final furlong. Here's Informed Decision. Informed Decision just in front of Rentable, who looks to battle Informed Decision for the final 16th, but Informed Decision just edging away from Rentable, who's not going down without a fight. It's Informed Decision, Informed Decision, and her class carries her through.
Informed Decision, nice to see her back in the winner's circle, and it's kind of interesting to say that her career record is now 12 for 17, so it's not like she's missed winning all that often, but last time out a little disappointing in her 3rd place finish in the Humana Distaff at Churchill Downs on Derby Day. She returns to win her 2nd consecutive renewal of the Chicago Handicap as the heavy favorite over 33-1 pacemaker Rinterval, with Secret Kin back in 3rd. Informed Decision is a gray or roan mare, a daughter of Monarchos from Palangana by His Majesty. Bred in Kentucky by C. Kidder and N. Cole, owned by the Augustin Stable and trained by Jonathan Shepard. Ridden to victory by Julian Leparoux, Informed Decision covers the 7 furlongs in 124.34. We'll pause for a brief message. When we return, we've got more great stakes racing action. We'll hit we'll hit Churchill Downs and north of the border, where they ran the Queen's Plate this weekend as well. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at Churchill Downs. We'll wrap up their spring into summer meeting with a trio of stakes races. First, the $100,000 Grade 3 Locust Grove for fillies and mares on grass.
And they're off in the Locust Grove, and it was a trouble beginning for Danzon, who got a slight nudge early but is ridden with restraint. So too Swedish Song towards the inside, and it is on the outside that War Tigress takes the early lead, with Happiness is racing in second. In third is Meadow Saffron, towards the inside Awesome Granny, towards the outside is CS Silk. It looks as though there's very little pace on in the early stages. To the inside is Winter Circle with Akoma, and then Kiatana. Ladies Laughter 4 wide as they go towards the back stretch. A break then of 2.5 lengths back to Danzon, unhurried at the back of the field, Sweetest Song. That first quarter 24 and 4, and they go towards halfway now in the 29th running of the Locust Grove, and the leader is War Tigress to the inside. Happiness is ahead away in second, CS Silk in third, Awesome Granny is in fourth, Kiatana out wide is in fifth, followed on the inside by Winter Circle, and then Ladies Laughter. Akoma the light blue Silks is next. Danzon's looking for a seam to the inside as they go now towards that far turn. Meadow Saffron has lost places, and at the back of the field Sweetest Song detached from the main body of the field. This will be a dash for the cash as they come back towards home, and now they begin to quicken. War Tigress to the inside, on the outside Happiness is. These the first two. CS Silk tries to come on. Awesome Granny to the inside. Kiatana an all-out drive. Akoma then towards the inside. Danzon has now got daylight, very wide out on the track and very late. Here comes Sweetest Song inside the final 16th. It's a cavalry charge. Danzon on the outside, Kiatana. Akoma on the inside, Happiness is. Here's the wire, very close. Danzon, Happiness is. Very, very tight. It's a photograph here for the Locust Grove between Happiness is and Danzon in a head-bobbing finish.
Danzon picks up the victory off of an $80,000 claim. This is really a very consistent mare. She is an older horse. She's 7 years old, was claimed for $80,000 last time out, and that's a pretty risky claim. They bring her right back, and she picks up the lion's share of over $67,000 in this $100,000 event, scoring her 10th career victory by a game nose over Happiness is, with CS Silk back in the third spot. The winner, Danzon, is a 7-year-old dark bay or brown daughter of Royal Academy from Zapus by King Mambo, bred in Kentucky by Woodcote Stud, owned by Alfred Knuckles Jr. and trained by James Baker. Ridden to victory by Alex Solis, Danzon covers the mile in 137.02. Next up, 2-year-olds in the Grade 3 Bashford Manor.
And they're off in the Bashford Manor, and Pecking Cantharos stumbled at the break. On the inside, Gold for Cash got alert beginning to the outside the way it used to be. Having made a stumbling beginning, Cantharos has now recovered to take third. Speed Demon to the inside, Rail is in fourth. Lubracy is in fifth, and at the back of the field is Saturday Dance as they head towards the final half mile in the 109th running of the Bashford Manor. And towards the outside, the way it used to be, has the lead to a 21 and 4. Opening quarter mile. Gold for Cash, the Rail in second. Cantharos is in third. Already nudged along in fourth is Speed Demon. A break of 2 lengths to Lubracy. Saturday Dance is outrun at the back of the field. They now begin to make the turn in, and Cantharos has just loomed up on the outside, and he's cruised the lead. Lubracy is giving chase, but he's 4 wide into the lane. Gold for Cash tries to hang tough to the inside. Cantharos is out in front now by 3 lengths. Lubracy in second on the outside of Speed Demon. To the inside is Gold for Cash, but the further they go, the further Cantharos goes clear. Cantharos may have stumbled at the start, but he is resolute and gallops all the way to the line. Ultimately impressive. Cantharos, maybe he could be destined for the Breeders' Cup back at Churchill Downs. It was a 1-horse race. Best of the rest, Lubracy to the outside of Speed Demon.
Cantharos, keep your eye out for this guy. He won his debut by 11 3/4 on a wet racetrack at Churchill Downs in mid-May. Comes back here in early July and wins off by 9+ length. After having a bit of a stutter step start, he stumbled a little bit, ducked in while recovering, but was able to get his feet under himself fairly quickly after having interfered briefly with Speed Demon. They did not take any action, however, and Cantharos keeps his 9+ length victory over Lubracy, with Speed Demon back in third. The winner, Kentharos, a chestnut son of Lionheart from Contessa Halo by Southern Halo. Bred in Kentucky by Hedberg Hall Incorporated and owned by Stone Street Stables Limited. Of course, we know them as the Rachel Alexandra and Curlin Connections. Jess Jackson, of course, the principal. Trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Kentharos covers the 6 in 109.89. We'll wrap up the Churchill Downs meeting with the Firecracker on Sunday afternoon. On Sunday afternoon on the turf at 1 mile.
And they're off in the Firecracker handicap. It was a very even beginning. Tis Deja Vu to the inside, wants a piece of the early lead, and so too Inca King. These are the first two. Public Speakers racing in third. Euro Ears, Orthodox, and then out very wide Baryshnikov with Unbridled's Dream towards the hedge. These then being followed by Wise River, and then on the inside Driving Snow. In tight quarters, Attempted Humour as they went round the first turn. Then Pop-Tart to the outside. Veil Prophet towards the hedge. A break then of 2.5 lengths back to Skipper Date, and Mind That Bird is last as they make the run down the back stretch. 23 and 1 for the opening quarter mile. Tis Deja Vu is out in front, a solid early pace. Inca King is racing in second. Euro Ears is in third. Unbridled's Dream the Grey is racing in fourth position. In fifth is Public Speaker. In sixth, Wise River. Baryshnikov is next, followed then to the outside by Attempted Humour as they go into the turn. Mind That Bird is still absolute last, a long way behind, and so too is Skipper Date as they now make the turn back towards home in the 20th Firecracker, and Tis Deja Vu has gone clear at the top of the lane. Tis Deja Vu by 3 lengths now. Inca King is in second towards the outside. Public Speaker, Unbridled's Dream towards the inside. Here on the outside, Veiled Prophet is staying on. So too is Wise River racing inside the final furlong. Tis Deja Vu running now purely on adrenaline. He needs the line. The outside Public Speaker. Tis Deja Vu to win. Tis Deja Vu, a massive effort, and his 5th win here on the Matwin Turf Course. Tight for second between Public Speaker, Inca King, and then the staying on Veiled Prophet.
Tis Deja Vu, who absolutely loves this surface. He's 3 for 3 this year, won the opening verse here last time out. He's 5 for 6 on the Churchill Downs surface and appeared to have a big pace advantage. Still goes off at 4 to 1. Favored in the field at just a couple ticks over 5 to 2 was Mind That Bird, of course, last year's Derby winner. Superstar at Churchill Downs, obviously, but not necessarily on the Churchill surface on the grass. And it was his grass debut. I guess they figured at some point or another they had to get him back. The race that they were looking for on the dirt did not fill. As a result, this was kind of a prep-up race for Mind That Bird. His first start with the new trainer, obviously, Mr. Wayne Lucas has him now. So we'll see what they decide to do. He did rally a little bit, but obviously will have to improve. But this is also a horse with a very low Tomlinson number on the grass. So I just don't necessarily know if grass is going to turn out to be his thing. He is obviously already a classic winner, so they can leave the grass behind at this point and probably return to the main track. In the meantime, what more to say about Tis Deja Vu? Loves this surface, coming out of a nice victory, and has really put himself in a position of being a very nice Midwestern turfer. Tis Deja Vu, a 5-year-old son of Tis Now from Remember When by Dixie Brass, was bred in Kentucky by Michael L. Cooper and Pamela Zebarth, owned by the breeders and trained by Gregory Fox, ridden to victory by Jesus Castanon. Tis Deja Vu covers the mile on the Churchill turf in 135.98. We'll head north of the border now. A trio of stakes races highlighted by the Queen's Plate will start things out, however, with older horses going 6 on the grass in the Highlander.
They're off in the Highlander Stakes, and Heroes Reward bounced out of there to take the early lead. Then a Major Marvel Jungle Wave toward the rail. Then a Signature Red and a Dr. Large, Not Bourbon, is back 4 lengths off the lead in the early going, and Field Commission will put his run in late. They're chasing Heroes Reward into the turn. Signature Red comes on the outside in second position, 22 and 2 for that opening quarter. And they come to the 3/8 pole. Heroes Reward and Javier Castellano. Tracked closely by Signature Red, Not Bourbon's outside of horses and has moved within a length and 3/4 of the lead. Jungle Wave is down toward the rail. Major Marvel needs some running room and they're inside the quarter pole. Signature Red, Heroes Reward. Not Bourbon's put the pressure, 44-4 for the opening half mile, and Field Commission's closing down the center of the course. Signature Red, here comes Jungle Wave. Heroes Rewards on the inside. Signature Red, Heroes Reward, Jungle Wave, Field Commission, Signature Red got it done! Won the Highlander to Heroes Reward and Jungle Wave. Field Commission was fourth.
Signature Red, who's now run 3 very fast races in a row, scores over Heroes Reward with Jungle Wave, another consistent turf sprinter, getting the 3rd spot. Also in this Field Commission, who rallied to finish 4th, is the favorite. So pretty solid group of turf sprinters. Signature Red, having won an allowance last time out in fast time, was a very good 3rd in the Quick Vigil 2 races back, and certainly might be one to keep your eye on if they decide to bring him to the States. Signature Red is a bay son of Bernstein, from Irish and Foxy by Irish Open. Bred in Kentucky by Gary Tussey and owned by Norseman Racing Stable, trained by Sid Attard and ridden to victory by Chantal Sutherland. Signature Red covers the 6 in 108.17. Next up, older horses going long in the Singspiel will join the Singspiel in progress.
Spice Route has a wall of horses in front of him. Spice Route is 3 lengths off the lead. Then Guaypego and Genius Kinshasa. 50 seconds for that opening half mile on the E.P. Taylor turf course. Gray Boundary, Cool Gator, and a 3-wide Perfect Shower, who's just a long neck off the lead and under a tight rein from John O. Jones as they head toward the far turn. Forgotten Dynasty and Javier Castellano have just 2 to make up. Solitaire has got a perfect trip, needs racing room, but has saved every inch of ground with just under a half mile to go in the Singspiel. And it's Cool Gator, who's called on for more, run by Emma Jane Wilson. On the outside, Perfect Shower still travels extremely well. Gray Boundary is backed away. Solitaire continues to save ground and is close enough if he's got enough. And they come over to the top of the stretch. Cool Gator, Perfect Shower, and here comes Solitaire as they hit the quarter pole. And Solitaire is cut loose by Chantal Sutherland. And here comes Spice Route and Mike Smith. And Spice Route just ran by Solitaire. And it's Spice Route who has taken a commanding lead in the last 1/8 of a mile. Solitaire has left reeling in second, and it's Spice Route opening up and pouring it on to win the Singspiel in convincing fashion. Solitaire finished second with Perfect Shower third, tight for fourth between Genius Kinshasa and Cool Gator.
Spice Route, nice to see this guy back in action as well. Another old-timer at the age of 6, making his seasonal debut. He had not run since finishing second to Cloudy's Night at Calder late last year. Good to see him back in the winner's circle, almost 4 lengths the better of Solitaire, who we saw up here at Saratoga, and I imagine we will see him back in Saratoga once again. He is a trainee of Jim Bonds. Perfect Shower completes the order of the top 3. The winner, Spice Route, is a chestnut gelding, a son of King's Best from Zanzibar by In the Wings, bred in Great Britain by Usk Valley Stud, owned by Harlequin Ranches, Ralph Johnson and Roger Atfield, trained by Roger Atfield and ridden to victory by Mike Smith. Spice Route covers the 1.5 miles in 2:26.74. Next up, Canadian-bred 3-year-olds in the $1 million 1.25 mile Queen's Plate.
And it's a big red Mike, Eurico Rosa da Silva, trying to harness his speed, and Hotep is breathing down his throat. Mobilizer is clear of trouble on the outside in 3rd position, and Dark Cloud Dancer is down on the rail in a 4th. Ghost Fleet is between horses. Moment of Majesty. Mob the Warrior is out wide. David Morin sends the Oaks winner Roan Inish up between Mobilizer and Dark Cloud Dancer. Less than 3/8 to go in the Queen's Plate. Big Red Mike leads through a come and get me mile. Hotep's put the pressure now. Mob the Warrior is on the extreme outside. Roan Inish in with a big shot. And flying around horses on the far outside, here comes Moment of Majesty. It is still Big Red Mike. He's running his eyeballs out. Hotep on the outside. Roan Inish and Mob the Warrior. Big Red Mike trying to hold on for one more 16th. Big Red Mike has scored a smashing victory to win the Queen's Plate. Hotep was second. Finishing third was Roan Inish, and Giant's Tomb was fourth.
Big Red Mike picks up the victory on the front end, slows things down, and gallops along, scores by a length and a half, 5-1 over Hotep, a horse that we've seen running in the U.S. He was in some of the Triple Crown preps earlier this year. And the filly, Roan Inish, rallies very strongly with an all-out drive to finish a good third against some fairly nice horses within the Canadian bred ranks. A little disappointing was Mobilizer, who pressed the pace in the early going before fading as the tepid favorite. The winner, Big Red Mike, won the plate trial last time out on the 13th of June, is now 3 for 6 lifetime. A chestnut gelding, a son of Tenpins from Regent and Flashy by Vice Regent. Bred in Ontario by Terra Farms and owned by Terra Racing Stable, trained by Nicholas Gonzalez and ridden to victory by Eurico de Silva, who had the opportunity to meet the Queen of England as she was on hand to present the prizes for this year's running of the Queen's Plate. The mile and a quarter completed by Big Red Mike in 2:04.89. We'll pause now for one more brief message. When we return, we've got great racing action from Hollywood Park, and then we'll head back home to New York. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We will continue now at Hollywood Park. We'll start the weekend off with the Royal Heroine Mile for fillies and mares on grass.
They're off. Berg and Rosie de Magive. These two fast into stride, and they go quickly early. You Are All That I Am in Spring Style, away third and fourth. Then comes Exquisite, and the early trailer is Gotta Have Her. Berg going to clear off at the clubhouse turn as Rosie de Magive will concede the lead and sit second. So Berg is the leader to the backside. She's 2 lengths in front of Rosie de Magive in second. Spring Style is third. The California bred, You Are All That I Am, is tucked in at the rail fourth and about 3 from the front. Exquisite is fifth. She's got 4 lengths to make up, and if Gotta Have Her wins the 13th Royal Heroine Mile, she'll pass 5 and make up 6 as they head up the back stretch. Berg setting a sensible pace, 3/4 of a length now to Rosie de Magive in second. Spring Style and You Are All That I Am eyeball each other and the front runners. They are 2.5 lengths off the lead. Exquisite will be 3 wide leaving the backstretch, and Gotta Have Her is still at the back of the pack. She's 5 lengths behind with 3 furlongs left to run. Berg is the leader, now just a half length over Rosie de Magive in second. Spring Style and You Are All That I Am right there, third and fourth, 2 from the front. Gotta Have Her's out of last place. Gonna angle off the fence and come 4 wide, and here's Gotta Have Her in the red, and she's within 2 lengths of the lead, and they run to the top of the stretch. It is Berg, Rosie de Magive, and an onrushing Gotta Have Her, and here comes Gotta Have Her. She was last at the half-mile pole. At the 16th pole, she's in front by 2 lengths. Berg is second. Gotta Have Her, Berg, Gotta Have Her, Berg, Gotta Have Her.
Gotta Have Her, and Tyler Bay is picking up the victory by a half a length from off the pace, last to first over the pace setter Berg, with You Are All That I Am back in the third spot. Off of a 6th place finish last time out in the Grade 1 Gamely behind Tuscan Evening, Gotta Have Her drops back a notch in class to score. She is a 5-year-old daughter of Royal Academy from Winnowing by Rahi, bred in Kentucky by Nursery Place and Robert T. Manfuso. Owned by Green Lantern Stables Limited and trained by Janine Sahadi, ridden to victory by Tyler Bays. Gotta Have Her covers the mile on the turf in 134.98. We will head right back out to California now. 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 American Oaks.
They're off. Perfect start. Riviera Chic is asked for speed inside, and so is Weekend Magic, and Antares World is close up, and the three of them go very fast out of the chute. These three fly away. They have opened up 8 lengths on Harmonious and Andina, City to City second to last, and Conniption's at the back of the pack, and they are setting a very fast pace for a 1.25 miles. Riviera Chic and Antares World 1-2. Riviera Chic's a neck in front. Antares World is second. Now Weekend Magic has backed off, but she's still going fast because she's 10 in front of Harmonious, who races in fourth. City to City and Andina, these two shoulder to shoulder and 13 behind, and Conniption is the trailer as they turn into the backstretch. In the 9th American Oaks, Riviera Chic and Antares World continue to go very fast. Riviera Chic, 3/4 of a length from Antares World, who's pushed along a bit by Frank Alvarado. Now Riviera Chic only leads by a neck. Antares World in the center of the turf course. Weekend Magic races in third now, and she's 5 behind the dueling front runners. It's another 5 to Harmonious, City to City, Conniption, and Andina. The 4 stretch runners move together, and they draw within 8 lengths of the lead. 3.5 furlongs left to go in the American Oaks. Riviera Chic and Antares World continue to trade punches, but now get weary leaving the backstretch, and here they all come. City to City makes the first move, and she slingshots right to the front. There goes City to City to put her head in front. Antares World is going with her and battles back. Harmonious is within a length of the lead. Weekend Magic is gone. Then comes Riviera Chic into the outside. Andina, Conniption is next, and they run to the final furlong of the American Oaks. Antares World is running an amazing horse race. She's just in front, but here comes Harmonious in the center of the racetrack. City to City backs out. Andina is next. Harmonious has the lead. Antares World is second. Harmonious wins the American Oaks. Martin Garcia and Harmonious won by 2. Antares World ran a great second. Andina and Weekend Magic in a photo for third.
Harmonious picks up the victory. She is now a Grade 1 winner, 3 for 4 lifetime. She's only started those 4 times, but obviously they have been good ones. She was coming out of a nice allowance win last time out in a preliminary allowance score. Here she gets the 5-2 victory by a length and a quarter over the much accomplished Antares World, who's based in Northern California, but has run some pretty good races down in the southern part of the state. Longshot Weekend Magic completes the order of the top 3 as the favorite City to City settles for an off-the-board 5th in the field of 7. Harmonious is a dark bay or brown 3-year-old daughter of Dynaformer from Jade Tree by Stormcat, bred in Kentucky by Pam and Martin Wygod and owned by the breeders, as well as, owned by Pam, Emily, and Martin Wygod, trained by John Sheriffs and ridden to victory by Martin Garcia. Harmonious looks like a 3-year-old filly to keep your eye on as she scores the 1.25 miles on the turf in 2:01.77. Sunday Stakes feature at Hollywood Park, the Grade 2 American Handicap.
They're off. Temple City and Red Door Drive, these two fast into stride. Global Hunter is a close third. Meteor in the center comes away fourth. Hyades and Glowing Praise are next, then Quindici Man, and the early trailer is Oil Man. Temple City will set the pace into the clubhouse turn. He's a length in front of Red Door Drive in second. Global Hunter is tucked in at the rail third for Brice Blanc, and he's only 2 from the front. Meteor outside of him, and further out, Oil Man 4 off the lead. Hyades drafts through at the rail. He's also 4 from the front, then Glowing Praise, and at the back of the pack, Quindici Man as they turn into the backstretch. In the 71st American Handicap, and Temple City could not have it any easier on the lead. He is galloping along, a length in front of Red Door Drive, who tracks smartly in second. Global Hunter well-placed third, only 2 1/4 from the lead. Meteor and Hyades are together. They've got 4 lengths to make up. Oil Man's outside of them. Then comes Quindici Man. They take closer order to the half-mile pole. Glowing Praise had to tap on the brakes at the back of the pack. 5 lengths from first to last, 4 furlongs left to race. Temple City and Red Door Drive still 1-2. Temple City's a half length in front of Red Door Drive in second. Meteor is 3 deep and he's a length and a quarter from the lead. Global Hunter moves through at the rail. He's also got less than 2 to make up. Hyades is 3.5 off the lead. Then comes Quindici Man, Glowing Praise, and Oil Man, and Temple City is fresh, fit, and strong at the top of the stretch. He tries to get away and opens up a 2.5 length lead. Now Global Hunter begins to run after him. To the outside, Meteor and Hyades. Temple City going to have to hold off Global Hunter, and here he comes. Global Hunter takes over the lead. Temple City battles back. Hyades a closing third. Global Hunter, Temple City, Global Hunter!
Global Hunter picks up the victory in game fashion by a head over Temple City, with Hyades back in the third spot. Unfortunately, as he crossed the finish line a step or two after the wire, Global Hunter suffered a very severe injury, displacing an ankle, and he was in fact vanned off. It did appear that they were able to perform surgery successfully, and as of the time that we are recording this program on Tuesday morning, he was in stable condition at the Alamo Pentado Equine Medical Center in Southern California. So that is certainly very good news, as Global Hunter been a solid campaigner over the course of a fairly long career at the age of 7 here, scoring a very big Grade 2 win. Unfortunately, probably the last appearance for him on the racetrack, but it does certainly appear to be good news that the connections are able to make good with him. Global Hunter, a 7-year-old son of Jade Hunter from Griffe de Paris by Telescopico, was bred in Argentina by La Providencia and is owned by Elbow Racing and Monty Pyle. Ridden to victory by Brice Blanc, Global Hunter covers the 9 furlongs on the turf in 1:48 flat. Next up, 2-year-olds in the Hollywood Juvenile Championship at 6 furlongs on Monday afternoon.
They're off. Good start. Rivers Chapel shows speed. Western Mood in the center. JP's Gusto close up. Rivers Chapel takes charge and opens up. Edgewick Road is next. Then Leon Ayala and Minutes and Touches and Tappin' Tough. And the trailer is Marvin's Magic. Up the back stretch, and Rivers Chapel has opened up a big lead. Rivers Chapel into the far turn, a 5-length advantage from JP's Gusto. Leon Ayala just inside of JP. Western Mood and Rosario fourth and about 7 from the front, but only a length behind JP's Gusto. Then it's 4 back to Tappin' Tough and Edgewick Road at the rail. Minutes and Touches has 12 to come. Marvin Magic is the trailer, and Rivers Chapel is still in charge. Rivers Chapel, a quarter of a mile from home in the 71st Hollywood Juvenile, leads by 3, but each stride that JP's Gusto and Western Mood take, they get closer to Rivers Chapel, and here come the 2 favorites, and it looks like they'll decide it. JP's Gusto under Smokin' Joe's left-handed whip. To the outside, Western Mood and Rosario, they come to the wire, shoulder to shoulder. Western Mood half ahead. JP's Gusto battles back. JP's Gusto, Western Mood, JP's Gusto. Well done, young man. There's 2 real nice 2-year-olds. The 71st Hollywood Juvenile went to
JP's Gusto off a win last time out in the Proctor Memorial. Here scores by a neck in game fashion over Western Mood, with Minutes and Touches back in the 3rd spot. The winner, JP's Gusto, the odds-on choice, is a Bay Ridgeling, a son of Successful Appeal from Call Her Magic by Caller ID. Bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm and owned by the Gem Stable, trained by David Hoffmans and ridden to victory by Joe Talamo, JP's Gusto covers the 6 in 110.48. We'll head back to New York, and before we head to Belmont, we'll stop at Finger Lakes, where on Sunday the stakes feature was for New York breds in the Niagara
Stakes. And there they go. Out for the lead is Sweet Hot Toddy. Royal Waltz runs with her through the early stages. Helena's My Mom comes away in 3rd. Magical Solution is to her inside. Warm-Hearted Sandy's outside of Northern Berkshire. They bring up the rear. On the lead, we have Royal Waltz. Sweet Hot Toddy goes with her every step. 3 lengths back to Helena's My Mom outside of Magical Solution. Northern Berkshire is 5th along the rail, 5 from the dueling leaders. And towards the outside is Warm-Hearted Sandy. A 22-1 opening quarter. Royal Waltz is the leader at the 3/8, but there goes Sweet Hot Toddy to the outside, and Helena's My Mom is making a bid along the inside. There's a huge opening for Helena's My Mom, and here's the entry looking pretty good through the turn. In fourth place races Magical Solution. Warm-Hearted Sandy's trying to close, and towards the tail is Northern Berkshire. Royal Waltz did not corner well. She's at the tail. Top of the lane, Sweet Hot Toddy and Helena's My Mom. Trying to get involved is Magical Solution. Warm-Hearted Sandy has a chance to the outside. Sweet Hot Toddy along with Helena's My Mom. Warm-Hearted Sandy trying to upset the Niagara, and Magical Solutions there from the rail. Helena's My Mom. Magical Solutions making a bid along the inside. Here's Magical Solution, a 41-1 upsetter in the 30th running of the Niagara Stakes. Magical Solution from Helena's My Mom and Warm-Hearted Sandy.
Magical Solution picks up the victory. This is a Bay filly who was claimed for $7,500 a couple of races back and had finished up the track in a pair of allowance races since that time. I'm not sure what inspired them to put this horse in into a $50,000 stakes race, but she scored, and quite frankly, if they bet on her, they probably did as well as they could have possibly done, as she pays $85.50 for the victory over the heavy favorite. Part of the entry, Helena's My Mom, with Warm-Hearted Sandy completing the order of the top three. The winner, Magical Solution, is a Bay filly, a daughter of Storm and Fever, from Boltono by Unbridled Song. Bred in New York by Stonewall Farm and owned by Fat Guys Stable, trained by Timothy Murphy, and ridden to victory by Emmanuel Di Diego. Magical Solution covers the 6 furlongs as the long shot winner of the Niagara in 113 flat. We'll head to Belmont Park now for a trio of stakes races, kicking things off the now Grade 2 9 furlong Suburban.
And they're off in the 124th Suburban Handicap, and a little bobble at the break there for Pictorial. Pictorial, who was supposed to be up front early on here, has found his place at the back of the pack early on. Up the backstretch, and Regal Ransom has the lead. Hainesfield's right up there with him, and Unbridled Danger is running in third position now, and El Daffer is now fourth toward the inside. I Want Revenge runs in fifth, 3 lengths back to Convocation. Things not going according to plan for Pictorial. He should be up on the pace. He is last of them all. 24 seconds flat for the opening quarter mile, so it's Regal Ransom who's loose on the lead. Regal Ransom steps out to lead by 2, Hainesfield second on the outside. El Daffer rides the rails third with 5 furlongs to go here, and Bridal Danger runs along in fourth. I Want Revenge is making a move now. There he goes. He's up on the outside now, fifth, only 3 lengths from Regal Ransom. Farther back, Convocation as they round the far turn. The half was a solid one, 46 4/5 seconds. Regal Ransom and Hainesfield now at his throat latch. Hainesfield getting on even terms with Regal Ransom, but looming in behind is I Want Revenge. He is poised for the stretch drive on the outside third. Regal Ransom gives way to Hainesfield as the field turns for home. Hainesfield in front. Now Joe Talamo says go with I Want Revenge, but Hainesfield still holding him off as they come into the final furlong. It is Hainesfield clear by 3. I Want Revenge is now sputtering on the outside. Regal Ransom and Convocation, and they're coming down to the finish, and Hainesfield wins the 124th Suburban. Convocation gets up for second. I Want Revenge was third. Regal Ransom was fourth in a New York minute 48 2/5 seconds.
Hainesfield picks up the win. He's making it 3 in a row, going back to the Empire Classic and the Discovery last year. Returned off of a relatively mild injury with an allowance score last time out at Belmont Park, and now sits a perfect trip behind pace setter Regal Ransom, who was back for his first start of the year off the Breeders' Cup last year, and pounces to draw clear by 2 3/4 over Convocation, who made a huge late bid. I Want Revenge, returning from April of last year. He had not run since running in the Wood Memorial. Of course, you may remember him. He was the likely favorite for last year's Kentucky Derby before having an injury that forced him to scratch, I believe, on the day of the race. So this was his first start back. I think it's fair to say that he probably needed a race and could very well improve second time back off the freshening. However, take nothing away from Haynesfield. This guy was last year's New York Bred Horse of the Year and has really done a very nice job in all of his races, a very professional racehorse. And credit to Steve Asmussen for stretching this horse out, as he really does not have a ton of pedigree to go a root of ground. Haynesfield is a 4-year-old chestnut son of Speightstown from Nothing Special by Tejabo. Bred here in New York by Barry Weisbord and Margaret Santulli, owned by the Turtlebird Stable, trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Haynesfield covers the 9 furlongs in 148.52. We'll head right back to Belmont Park, 3-year-old fillies sprinting in the Grade 1 Prioress.
And they're off. Storming a pair like a shot right out of there. Up and after the lead, Champagne Doro now moves through to be second. Bonnie Blue Flag down toward the inside. Franny Freud right there in the early mix. And Funny Feeling on the outside. A scramble on now for the lead down the backstretch run. And it's Storming a Prayer on the far outside. Champagne Doro battling away in between horses. Bonnie Blue Flag right there toward the rail. Franny Freud just in behind them. A scalding quarter of 21 4/5 seconds here. And Stormin' a Prayer is now the leader by a length. Bonnie Blue Flag second on the inside. Champagne Doro. Franny Freud's making her move now. And Franny Freud looms up on the outside as they approach the top of the stretch. Funny Feeling catching up to the field. Stormin' a Prayer turns for home. Has run a half mile in an eye-popping 44 4. Here's Franny Freud. And Franny Freud takes the lead. Franny Freud takes the lead just outside the 8th pole and opens up now a 3-length lead. Champagne Doro, Bonnie Blue Flag, Stormin' a Prayer, Franny Freud drifting out, but clear as they come down to the wire. Coming to the finish, it will be Franny Freud to win the Prioress by 2 lengths on the wire. Franny Freud, a dazzling victory here. Champagne Doro and Bonnie Blue Flag.
Franny Freud, all but unbeatable when sprinting. In fact, her only sprint loss came out in California in the Santa Ynez to Amen Hallelujah early this year. She's now 8 for 11 lifetime, and Franny Freud is a very serious filly. She has won on dirt, turf, and synthetics, and looks to be an extremely talented New York bred as she scores over Champagne Doro with a Bonnie Blue Flag in from Lone Star last time out in the Cinnamine Stakes. She's run a couple of pretty nice races. She was the 2-to-1 second choice and completes the top 3. The winner, Franny Freud, is a bay 3-year-old daughter of Freud from Frankly Fran by Duckhort, bred in New York by Anthony Gray, owned by Paul Pompa Jr., Stephen Yarborough and Winter Park Partners, trained by John Terranova and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Franny Freud covers the 6 furlongs in 110.11. Next up, fillies and mares sprinting 7 furlongs in the Bed of Roses.
And they're off. There goes Lady Alexander quickly after the lead, and rightly so, as speed as well. Up the backstretch, Lady Alexander, rightly so, head-to-head for the lead. Qualia is not far behind, right there third. Devil by Design is kept close, running fourth on the outside. My Dinah fifth by 3. Amazing is running in 6. McVictory, and the trailer is Nick's Appealing Lady. Rightly so has taken charge and ran a 22-1 opening quarter mile. Qualia's off the rail now, poised in second as they round the far turn. Lady Alexander now back running in third, 3 lengths back. Devil by Design fourth. And then it's My Dinah far outside. McVictory getting underway now. McVictory about 5 from the lead and getting closer as they approach the top of the stretch. They ran a half here in 44 4. Rightly so, Qualia, McVictory now coming to them there on the far outside. Lady Alexander in behind the lead. Devil by Design has now dropped back to 5th. And now the field turns for home. Rightly so has been running in punishing fractions, but still leads. Qualia is coming to her as they come to the final furlong. McVictory is third. Lady Alexander fourth. Rightly so is tenaciously holding on to the lead. Qualia coming to her. Those two nip and tuck down to the wire. Rightly so. Qualia, head bobbing finish. Rightly so, and Qualia hit the wire.
3 graded stakes over the weekend. 3 graded stakes winners coming from the New York bred ranks is Rightly So scores by a game head on the front end over Chasing Qualia, with McVictory rallying as is her usual running style from well back off the pace to complete the order of the top 3. The winner, Rightly So, went to the front, never looked back. This is a horse that's run some nice races against good fillies. She won the Iroquois last year on the New York Showcase program and was a close-up second to Hourglass last time out in the Vagrancy right here at Belmont. She's run a record to 6 for 10 lifetime and certainly a deserving graded stakes winner. Rightly So is a dark bay or brown 4-year-old filly, a daughter of Read the Footnotes from Fit Right In by Out of Place. Bred right here in New York by Sequel 2003 and owned by Zayat Stable, trained by Anthony Dutrow and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez. Rightly So covers the 7 furlongs in 122.44. That'll wrap up a busy edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you for joining us this week. We hope you'll be able to join us again next time as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.